What is going on, everybody? Welcome, hello, and welcome to today's live stream. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Happy Friday, everybody. Let you guys settle in before we get going. Get your waters ready. Have about an hour of some awesome Rise to War content. See Will, what's up, Will? Hamid. We got, let me just make this bigger. I don't want to have to. Here we go. Much easier. We got Mini Footsie, Matter, you, Harvey to Harvey, Hands of Clay. How you doing, brother? How is everybody doing today? I think I need to work on my little intro slash, welcome phrase here. I'll do that for next time. I'm glad you're doing good, brother. What's up, Gergari Isak? I'm sorry if I'm butchering you guys' names. I'm trying my best, all right? But I apologize if I'm not doing the best of jobs. All right, guys. So I'm not gonna wait too long. I'm gonna get started very quick. Like, if you saw within my Discord server, I posted that yesterday. So posted the link to this live stream, and it said the following: Friday, March 7th at 8 p.m. UTC. I'll be going live for the first episode of my new series. And what is the new series? I've been thinking about how I should structure the content, both live streams and videos. I want to double down, triple down, quadruple down on Rise to War content. And I've been thinking, how can I do this in a way that's structured and organized? So I'm going to start from the premise of giving advice as soon as you start the game. I know that some of you, like Hands of Clay, Will, we play together. We talk in our Discord server a lot. Maybe you think, oh, but that's not for me because I'm not going to start a new game and I'm not going to, start a new account or whatever. I'm not a new player. But the thing is, all of the advice and the content is going to come from that this is going to be the foundation. And so today, we're going to be on for just an hour. That's all we're going to do. Because my plan is, okay, listen up. My plan is to be live every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, starting today. I'll be live for 1 hour, Monday through Friday, every single day, weekdays. And it's going to be a different topic each time because I want to cover as much content as I can. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about, as you can see from the title, choosing the best starting factions. Does it really matter what you choose? It depends, and we're going to talk about this in today's live stream, okay? But after that, everything's going to be based on building blocks on that. So, for example, next live stream is going to be, or maybe I might cover this in this one. Should you focus in NRP or RP? Maybe that's not enough content for a whole live stream, so maybe we'll cover this closer to the end. But there, for example, there's another topic where we're going to dive down into looking how to understand your commander. And this might be not as enticing for the older players, but like I said, it's going to build upon that because there's so much that we can go down on, right? If you're going to talk about understanding a commander, damage, commander defense, healing, focus, which are the best stats for each different type of commander. And then we're going to go down and broad into a lot of different topics, okay? So if maybe, you might not be starting a new account, but I think it's still important for us to sit down, listen, and talk. And the reason why I'm doing this in a live stream is because I want to get your guys' feedback and get your guys' questions, okay? And two things. After each live streams, before coming live, I already created a PDF of the content that I'm sharing. So maybe you guys give me some feedback as we're talking, or you might give me an idea for something that I didn't think of for that topic. So I'll add it into the spreadsheet, into the PDF. And so after every lesson live stream, I'm going to be posting the PDF on the server, as well as a summary of what the content for the day was. So today we're talking about choosing the best starting factions. If you don't want to watch the whole hour later, which you might not want to, then I'm going to make a 5 to 8 minute video summarizing all the topics from the live stream. That way you can really quick glance through the important topics that we talked about, so you don't have to find yourself listening to an hour of live stream every time you're trying to get an answer to something. And that's how I'm going to structure everything. Okay, 1 hour live streams Monday through Friday, every day of the week. These are not the podcasts that we're going to be bringing back. It's not the round tables that we're going to bring back. It's just 1 hour of live streams of a specific topic that I want to share with you guys. Besides that, we're going to be bringing back the podcast, the round tables, and other things. Okay, so if you want to be part of this and you want to support, there are a few ways you can do this. First is by liking the video. Remember, we have a goal every live stream to 1-to-1 ratio, how many people are watching, how many likes we get. We got 20 people watching. Hit that like button. All right, Evan 2101, blue-eyed devil, how you doing, brother? So hit that like button. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, that's a free way that you can support the work that we're gonna be, that I'm gonna be putting into content for Rise to War. Now, you might be wondering, fellow, why are you doing this? The game is not in the best shape in the world. Why are you taking the time 1 hour every day? What's up, Surtur? What's up, brother? Why are you interested in being back on for 1 hour every single day, creating all these extra things when the game is a bit uncertain? It's because I enjoyed the game, and I want to empower you guys as much as I can together to have the most fun that we can have in the game while it lasts. Do I have any inside information of what's going on in the game? I have no clue. I'm just a player like you guys that just happens to be in front of the camera for you guys to watch. Okay, so that is the reason. I don't have any information. I wish I did. Who knows? Maybe with these videos, these live streams, us in the community talking, maybe we can get other things going and some fire in the devs, right? Oh, another thing, if you haven't yet joined my Discord server, I want to pop the link here really quick. All right, give me just a second. Yes, Mini Footsie, there's been a lot of lag issues in the game currently. With the new marching at least. We're playing with the old stuff, so I haven't seen the lag as much as other people have. So if you're not yet, in my Discord server, join there, because we are revamping the entire server. There used to be a lot of stuff that we used to try to do, like have multiple chats and things like that, but for the sake of what I envision, what I'm trying to do with the community, we're cleaning everything. So there's going to be a lot of chats, a lot of old threads and channels gone to make room for a much cleaner, much more organized Discord server. So if you're not part of the Discord server, join there. It's free. Okay. So let me pull up my cheat sheet here really quick. Now, question for you guys. So let's start with this. Does it really matter what formation you choose to go with? Or not formation, what faction you choose to go with? Does it really matter? While I'm opening this, I'll let you guys decide. Here we go. Where is my screen? Maybe depending on your commanders and your strategy, it does matter and what season. So this is the thing, Surtur, this is a brand new, a brand new players guides. If you're gonna start a brand new season from scratch, okay, I'm gonna start a new account for some reason, or hopefully new players, people that are just starting the game, have just started their their first season, are gonna watch this live stream, and in the future, which I'm gonna try to still record tonight, is the 5 to 8 minute summary of this live stream. You're gonna watch this and see, wait a minute, did I make the right decision here? So that's the question. If you're starting a brand new account, does it matter what faction you choose? So let me pull up my screen here. By the way, guys, if you guys have been struggling with blue stacks, I saw Voice of the Rings. He's also he makes content for Rise to War and other things related to Lord of the Rings. I was watching a video from him, and he was talking about how he was having last lag with LD player, and so I'm testing that. And it seems, it seems pretty smooth so far. So if you guys want to check that out, it's another emulator for Android. You guys can play with that. All right, so let me pull up here. Let me pull up my game so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, where is? Here we go. Perfect. So now let's start a brand new season here, just so we're on the same page here. Doesn't matter. Out of all of these factions, you have Gondor, Lothlorien, Angmar, Mordor, and Erebor. Those are the 5 different factions. They're shown as factions, but as you will see when I log in, that it's really just settlement styles. Does it really matter what you choose? RP, NRP, what do you think? And if you're like me, many of you have come to Rise to War because you are a Lord of the Rings fan. Yes or no? Yomir, it's LD player. Nope. So as a brand new season, no. You only have Angmar or Mordor as an option, as a starting point. Like me, when I started playing, I chose Gondor because I wanted to play Gondor. I wanted to play my favorite, one of my favorite historic lore faction, and I enjoyed it very much. But looking back, luckily I started a few new accounts later before I stuck with a specific one. But you might be tempted to play, I'm a fan of the evil side, so I want to play, I see the little image here. Let's pull it up. You see the little image here of Mordor, you're like, oh, sweet, I got Sauron here. I'm probably going to get Sauron, and I got this guy at the back who maybe as a new player, you have no idea who it is. Or, you see the Witch King and you're like, yes, that's who I want to play. I want to play with the Witch King. I'm going to play Angmar and I'm going to get the Witch King. That's not going to happen. So, if you don't know, what commanders you get when you first pick your faction, I'm gonna show it to you. So, if you pick Gondor, who knows here what happens if you pick Gondor? What commanders do you get? To be able to get this information for you guys, I've had to sit down for about an hour, go through each of these 5 factions, to find out what they are. So let's pop it up for you guys. So I have all of these over here. Okay. So, I mean, these are random. So let's load it up and we're going to find out together. I did play through, so I have a list of all of them here, but I want to show you guys how the new server works. If you're an old player, you might see what it is, be intrigued or hate it. If you're a brand new player and you haven't yet tested this out, you get to see this with us over here. Okay, so let's see which one this was. This was the Mordor, right? This is the Mordor settlement, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. See, this is where, you know, at the when you choose, there is a faction, but when you come into the actual game, there is no faction, because when you play RP, what's up, Ombra? How you doing, man? When you come into this, and you're playing in an RP server, you choose a faction. So there'll be the faction flag over here. Since, you know, this is in NRP, in reality, an NRP server, there is no flag. So let's check it out. So we got, I think I already got my 2 commanders over here. And those will be, so yeah, this is Mordor. If you decide to go with the Mordor settlement style, the first commander that you get is Mouth of Sauron, and the second one, both of them come for free as you start moving about the tiles and dissipating some of the mist, is Mordor and Gorbag. Those are the 2. Okay? If you decide to go, I have to see if I loaded up all of them. That was 5202. Let's see which one this is. So I gotta break down sort of my top, you know, from 1 to 5. This is also Mortar. Give me a second. This is how you start the season now, by the way. Mini Footsie, just let's cover all of them really quick, and then you'll be able to, you know, to see for yourself if it's a good or a bad choice. Yes. Umbra has a good point. So this is how you start the... This is how the game starts you off nowadays. You're gonna draw, and then you're gonna grab some eagles over here. Wizards are so annoying. If it were not for the will of our Lord Sauron, I would never associate with them. So, to aid Saruman, we must eliminate these Momokill in the way. Are you sure, Sorter, you get Gimli? Are you sure? Well, so Will, you have a good point there. You said Runestart not too bad, lots of stone and iron in the desert. The thing is, as a brand new player, in my very first season, and especially if I am not going to be, if I'm going to be maybe a free-to-play or low spender, this decision is much more crucial. Much more crucial than just choosing, how well you're going to do in your first season. So let's just finish this off, and then I'll show you guys the rest. This is another Mordor settlement. So let me just have the little icon up here so I can change this. Oh, I agree, Umbra. Every evil player feels the same, hombre. Unless you are a Kraken, then that difference is a lot lower. Please just let me use the little menu over here. Yes, Lord and Saviors. Come on. Thank you. Embark on your journey. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, so let me name this guy really quick. That way. That way, we're not gonna get it confused anymore. Mordor 1. So remember this: if you choose Mordor, you get Mouth of Sauron and Gorbag. I'll share, I'll share my list of, what I feel is better or worse in just a second with you guys. Wait, from 1 to 5. So 50-20. So many accounts that I access that sometimes I get, just get lost in the order here. Rohan can be relatively bad since your reinforcements can be sniped by other teammates in POTD. It's an interesting thing. All right, so let's have a look. I got quite lucky on this one. If you choose Angmar, you still get Mouth of Sauron, but in place of Gorbag, you then get Agzog. I got lucky and got from my second day free pull on this account. I got Shagrat. So 3 commanders for free. Not too bad, huh? So let's recap. Mordor, you get Mouth of Sauron and Gorbag. Angmar, you get Mouth of Sauron and Agzog. Let's rename this so we don't get confused later. We got Angmar over here. Yes. Yes, sir. I agree. Oh, Angmar 2. Yes, I do. Now, as for the good side, if I'm able to load both of the ones that I have here, I'll show it to you guys. If not, I'll just read it through from my notes here. Should be this one. Exactly, Umbra. That's my main issue. I agree. Mouth of Sauron is a problem compared to what you get from the good side. Yes, I agree. I think I might have only done evil on this account, so we might not be able to access it. All right, so it's fine. I'll just tell you guys what it is. So, if you decide to go with Gondor, you get Elmer. Let's pull up this screen, that way you guys can see everything. Ugh, come on. Any reason why you're not loading? Okay, here we go. Holy, holy, holy. Alright, give me a second. I have to close this up and open it back up. Oh, here we go. Okay, so if we go over here, if you decide to go Gondor, you don't get Aragorn. You will get Elmer and Faramir. So if you go Gondor, Elmer and Faramir. If you go Lothlorien, you get Arwen and Haldir as your second one. So Arwen is your T2, and then Haldir will be your T1 if you go Lothlorien. And if you go Erebor, you get Dane and Gimli. Just kidding. You don't get Dane. Imagine. Imagine getting Dane for free. No, you get, but you're not too far off though. So if you decide to go Erebor, you get Gimli and Dwalin. How do we go from Mouth of Sauron and Gorbag to Gimli and Dwalin? Okay, you can say, well, Dwalin is not what he used to be in 1.0. That's okay. We're not really talking about 1.0 anymore. Gimli is one of the best damage dealers in the game, and you're getting him for free. Dwalin, he is very decent at doing damage. So you're getting, the meta right now is pushing for damage dealers. And if you decide to go good side, you get 2 very good damage dealers. You don't need anything else after that. I mean, you do, but you get what I'm talking about. Damage dealers is, what the bread and butter of our current game, and you're getting 2 for free. Now, actually, every single player will get a 3rd commander for free when they start a brand new account. Who can tell me who that that 3rd commander is? True, Ombra. Season 1, you go Erebor or you lose, yes. Especially as a free-to-play. Sorter said Gandalf the Grey. Nope. Who can tell me what is the free commander that every player, doesn't matter if you're, I checked. That's why I opened so many. Yes, there's a 3rd commander for free. What's up, Ducky Quacks? How you doing? We got Gaia in the house. Come on, guys. Who is the 3rd commander? Nope, it's not Faramir. And I'll show you where, I think I should have. I wish it was Lurtz, Andrea. Imagine if it was Lurtz. Shoot. Okay, let's open up. Oh, I can open up just my season right now. I can open up my regular account. And I can show you because he's also there. It's gonna be there anyways. Nope, I got Faramir and Dwalin when I started Erebor at launch. That is true. Back when the game first launched, Erebor was Dwalin and Faramir. Gondor was Faramir and Dwalin. Okay. Rohan was Elwyn and Haldir, if I'm not mistaken. And then Andrea Martini with a Pippin. Are you sure? Where would you get Pippin from, Martini? Man, look at the speed of that download. I should have had a buzzer set for my stream deck here, because you are right, Andrea. Every player, good or evil, in the new version of the game, they can get Merry and Pippin. It is from the Red Book, Ombra, like Andrea said. So if it loads here, if it decides to load, I'll show you guys. But you can get Merry and Pippin for free. Now, why am I saying this? This is where we're gonna dive into, should it really matter what side you go with? And I'll talk about my views as to, yes, it does matter what you decide to go with. Okay. I remember showing a report to my community here. Let me see if I can find. not people haven't really been posting reports lately, so I think it won't take me too long to find this. Now, a few months ago, I was thinking about the T1 commanders, and I was like, are T1 commanders even viable? And from some of the reports that a guy that I was playing with showed, yes, some T1s are way more than viable. They're actually quite good. So let me just scroll back up on my reports here so I can show you guys what I mean. There's quite a few reports here. January 15th. Let's see here. Right, let me pull this up really quick. Okay. Pull Discord all the way up here. Here we go. Yes, but he is. But it took all of us, everybody in the community, in the game, to really, figure, to see that he was like way more than just okay. He was quite viable. So, and I'll show you this one because I don't want to, keep you guys here all night so I look for others. But I do have others somewhere in my backlog of files where look at this formation. You got Elro here, Dwalin, Ballin. Ballin to me is just a very poor commander compared to what he was in 1.0. And Gandalf, which is a very important commander, especially if you're going to be a free-to-play or low spender. But you're fighting versus a pretty good on the right side here. You got Dane, Gimli, Galadriel, and Gandalf the Grey. If you ask me before looking at the numbers, who I think would win, I'd say the right side. But the left side won. There's a lot of arguments, a lot of things that usually people will bring up to conversations like these. Like, well, let me look at the gear. Let me look at all this and that, and it's true. But just as a principle, the gear from the reports, they were pretty equal. Okay, these are all purple commanders. And you got 2 tier 3s in Gimli, which is one of the best T2s in the game, and Gandalf the Grey, who is one of the best supports in the game, if you play him that way. Seeing him come out winning is a very good result for the guy on the left, because he is basically, he's very, very low spender. That is a very good result. And so there are a few commanders that are very, very viable that you can choose from when you first start your season. And because of that, it does matter who you choose. Now let me see also a different report for a different commander that I posted recently. That one's going to be very easy to find because I posted just a couple days ago. Here. Okay. Let me show you this report now of Axog. Look at the damage this Axog is doing. Versus, I mean, look at the formation on the right. You got Gandalf the White, one of the best commanders in the game right now for his role. Dane, Gimli, and Elmer. You see both Gimli and Elmer are ascended. And still the trade-off has been pretty good. E aí, Rodrigo? Subway man. Ducky Quacks, good question. That's what I said earlier. Probably one of the things that waited for Dwalin's formation, the other report, to do so well was the cavalry, but also the synergy between the skills from the other commanders. And I'll explain that. So Elro here has the same. This is why I'm saying, especially for free-to-play players, why Merry and Pippin is such a crucial commander. Elro here, in the case of Dwalin's report, he has the skill called War Chant that boosts attack for the units, for the formation. So Dwalin, his attack. The guy was running purple gear, so the 30 of attack that Elro here gave him boosted his damage, his overall damage for the first few rounds. And then Gandalf the Grey mitigating with White Council. I have no idea what Ballin is doing there because I don't like Ballin's skills at all. None of them really. And so his kit to me is just a waste. So because of that, Dwalin did really well, and he sent me like 10 reports back in the season when we were playing, and Dwalin was doing minimum, the lowest damage that he had was 80,000 damage, and it got up to 120,000 damage. And so Dwalin is a very viable commander. But look at Exog here. You can see he's fighting versus a very meta, very strong formation. You know, gold, everything is gold, even the T2s on the left side. And Exog is still hitting 83,000 damage. And here, consider that he's using champions who are the same, troop type as the ones that he's fighting on the left side. So there is no, the 20% counter damage is not included in this fight because they're the same type of unit. But, you know, you see, well, but what's the gear on the Exog? In this case, I do have it. And it's nothing crazy. Okay? He has the best in slot gear for a damage dealer, but he's not running, you know, it's not fully refined, fully strengthened, and it's only R5. Okay? So this is a very good, you know, result for a T1 commander. What about the other commanders though? Elmer, Faramir. We're gonna dive into each of those commanders later on, but here is my tier list for, well, just before I get to that. Before I get to the top 5, right? The order in how I'd rank each one of these starting factions. What's up, Joshua? Hello, your viewers helped me in the middle of the season 1. Have GTW R5, currently working on Dane R2. Close to R3 Gimli. Jeez, you're close to R3 Gimli's R6. I know Dane and Gimli. Dude, you're pretty stacked for a season 1, brother. And it's focused on Gandalf the White, right? Yes, it's focused. Well, it all depends, Joshua, in what you like, how much you plan on spending in the game. If you're gonna stay pretty low spender, there are a couple of builds that you can go because right now the meta is a very fast Sauron. Okay, you spend daily. Okay, so because of that, are you already on my Discord, by the way? Here, let me send you the link here in the chat. If you're not there, join there. Yes, do you have Discord? Okay, so just join there and then tag me once you join, and then we'll share some ideas there with you there. All right, here we go. I think you just joined, right? Perfect. Okay. Send you a hey in the DM to make sure that is you. All right, cool. The meta right now is fast Saurons. If Sauron is faster than your Gandalf the White, there is a chance of him stealing your White Council. I mean, making you cast, because you're gonna have madness on you, to cast your White Council on your enemy's troops. Okay, so let's say you're fighting Gandalf with your formation, and somebody's running Sauron. The player that you're fighting, their Sauron's faster than your Gandalf the White. So Sauron casts madness on Gandalf the White, and there's a chance of your White Council being put on your enemy formations. Then you lose the battle. So people are, there are two builds. You can go for a very fast build, so you never have the chance of getting it, which for Gandalf the White is a very good build. Or you can just stick with the focus. Me personally, I like not having to worry about faster Saurons, so I do prefer losing a little bit of focus for the speed. But it's down. Yeah, it's down to you. There's two builds: the focus build or the speed build, and you still get quite a bit of focus because there are weapons like the Morgul blade and the Obsidian dagger, who are the best weapons for Gandalf, and they both have initiative. Then you can go with the Miatas Reigns, has 6 of initiative, or you can go with the Señora de Barros, right? You can go with Señora de Barros, who also has initiative. Then you have Cask of gotta look into the names again. And then you have the gear sets. But I'll leave some more questions for later in the live, so we don't deviate from the topic here. Now, should you care what you choose as your starting faction? There are 2 things for you to consider, and these are the 2 things that I would consider myself. Okay? If you care that much for lore, I know the game is pushing everybody to, NRP, which, if you don't know, means non-role play. That means you can play both your evil commanders and your good side commanders together. That's the first thing. And you can also match your units. So I can run Gandalf the White with Fell Beasts, or run Mouth of Sauron with Guardians. That's what non-role play does. For me, for example, even though I'm playing in a non-roleplay server, I don't mix. I haven't invested any of my vouchers or any of my respect items into evil commanders because I want to keep my formations only good side, even though I'm playing in a non-roleplay server. Does that mean that I'm losing? Does that mean that I'm handicapped? Maybe yes and no. As you guys been seeing from my live streams, I've been working on formations that can do very well against the meta NRP builds. So it's not a problem there. The second thing is, if you really want to be competitive. So if you really care about the lore, even though the game is not really lore anymore, say I want to be a good guy. I'm only gonna play good side. Or no, I like the evil. I really want to play the evil side. That's one of the reasons why you might consider. But if you don't care about that and you just want to be competitive, then you should not go for the evil side. It sucks to say, I wish there was a third warband or a faction on the evil side that would give us a better option, maybe like a Lurtz and an Axog. Imagine if you go look at this. If you went with Isengard, if there was an Isengard as a starting faction, and you had Lurtz and Axog, then I would say, nice, thank you. Okay. Unbelievable. Okay. I can open my other game. Give me a second. That would be really nice if there was a third faction that you can go with, and it was Lurtz and Axog. Then there would be an argument for good or evil. Then it really be up to you. I want to play evil. Really, I'm excited, or no, I'm gonna stick with good side. But as the game stands right now, if you want to be competitive in the game and you don't really care that you're gonna mix your commanders, then you definitely want to play good side. And there are 2. Then here's where we'll go with the top 5. The very first choice, if you're a new player, you're starting a new account, Erebor is your very best choice to go with. One of the top 5 damage dealers in the game, Gimli, and a very solid second damage commander who is... Okay, this is gonna load, yes. Who is Dwalin. Your best choice right there. If for any crazy reason I did not want to have the best formation possible as a brand new account, then I go with my second pick, and that would be Gondor. Gondor, you get Elmer, who is also a very strong commander, and you get your second choice of Faramir. Faramir, you know, in 2.0 he is okay, just okay. Nothing really to say about him. He's just okay. But Elmer is the commander that you want to go for if you don't want to go with Erebor. Third would be to go with. Here's where I would go with Angmar. Like Ombra said earlier, Mouth of Sauron is the big issue here, but Agzog actually is a very good commander, and he's a damage dealer. If you want to play with evil and you're okay not having the best damage dealers that you can get for free, then Angmar would be my third option. And sitting in fourth and fifth together is just the two worst options that you can go with, which is Mouth of Sauron and Gorbag from Mordor, and Arwen and Haldir from Lothlorien. What were they thinking? Oh, I can't do the red book here. That's true. All right, so then that means I can't show you guys Merry and Pippin, but it's in the red book, guys. Okay, when you guys go into your game, it's in the red book. It doesn't let me do it because I'm out of season already. Okay. So fourth and fifth, I would just not even consider those two. Would be Mordor and Lothlorien. I don't know what they were thinking of. I actually think Mouth of Sauron and Gorbag might be a better option than Arwen and Haldir. I don't know yet. Those are two commanders that we have to do extensive testing to see who are the worst. But anyways, first three options: Erebor, Gondor, and Angmar. Why did I focus so much on Merry and Pippin? Because like one of the reports that showed you guys earlier, Dwalin, if you're gonna be a free to play, choosing your starting commanders is crucial, because you might not really get a chance to pull anybody good with, if you're not gonna be spending. You do get a lot. You do get Mathams and gems throughout the season, and that's one of the live streams we're going to be doing next week, which is going to be about your spending guide for Rise to War. What I recommend are some tips and advice that I gather from multiple people, how to best spend in the game. But for a free to play especially, you're not going to spend anything. So because of that, getting Merry and Pippin is going to be fundamental, because you might lack a little bit of stats from the gear that you get. And so having that commander that's going to boost your attack. Let me pull up Merry and Pippin here, and I can show you guys. If you're going to spend, you're going to be a low, even if you're going to be a low medium spender, it really doesn't matter as much, getting Merry and Pippin, because you're definitely going to unlock other commanders. But for the lower spender players, just getting the best possible for commanders is going to be key for you to have a lot of fun in the game. And we're going to talk about formations and commanders to focus on from all these different spending tiers. So if we look at if you get them at R0, which is already pretty decent, you get War Chant at max level, attack of 3 ally formations plus 30. It decreases by a fourth at level 5, and then at level 10 it affects all formations, so Merry and Pippin's and the other 3. Harfoot's pretty much a waste. I guess if you want to be faster, you're marching a little bit faster, that could work. Hobbit Adventure is actually not a too bad skill. It gives, like I say, especially for free to play players, that 12 plus defense for all formations and plus 10% HP is actually not a bad idea. And then you got Palantir Scryer, 25% chance of madness, but then you take less damage for next 2 instances of damage every 3 rounds. and then you become immune to madness at level 10. Okay. I'm not saying, guys, by any means that this is an OP commander. I'm just saying that if you're gonna be a lower spender, getting Marion Pip is gonna be, it's a very good addition to your team. Okay. There are other options, better options, but we're talking about here, it's, you know, is a guide for new players. Joshua, I just joined. I have Star on R2, almost R3 too. I have his initiative at 38 right now. I want more on that. Frodo and Sam are extremely good. Season 1, they are tanks. Yes, yes. You mean you're actually getting some really good commanders, Joshua. That's really cool. Like, you're getting some of the the fundamental commanders who have pretty solid formations. I myself, I did extensive testing last season with Frodo and Sam. I actually ascended them halfway through my season because I'm considering getting their relic. I ascended Falcon. No, I already had Falcon is already ascended. I got his unique, and you're setting yourself up for some really nice formations and some good battles in the game. Okay. So when it comes to the best factions to start, the game might change, you know, the intro image in the future, but Gimli and Dwalin are your, by a large margin. Okay, even though I put Gondor in second and Angmar in third, in my opinion, Erebor is by a large margin the best option for you, hands down. Okay, so if you're considering starting a new account, please, and you want to have fun in the game, please choose Erebor so you get Gimli and Wallen. Okay. All right, guys, we got a couple minutes before we wrap up. Like I said, I'm going to be pretty punctual with time because I want to be able to do this every single day. All right. They were thinking never trust an elf. That is true, Blue Eye Devil. I actually heard that your team is not the biggest fan of elves. You guys kill elves. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. A little blue bird from the mountains of Erebor told me that. Just a rumor. If you guys want to ask anything, I'll open up for about 5 minutes. You guys can ask anything. Doesn't have to be related to this topic right here. Doesn't have to be related to, you know, to the starting factions. It can be about anything related to the game. What do I think is going to happen to the game? Who, in my opinion, is the best commander? What do you guys want to know? Now we just wait here in Bag End for next. Let's see who's all sitting over here. Do we know any of these guys? Oh, I know Frodo T. Baggins. Let's see who else. Nightwing. Sounds familiar. There is one solution. People keep talking about, you know, how DDs are OP. There is in my opinion, in my eyes, there is a very simple reason why damage commanders right now are so OP. It is very simple, actually. And I don't know why it hasn't been solved yet. Chaos, God, thinking of getting back into the game after a very long break. I play RP Evo all the time with high commanders. Which mode should I pick to get back? That is a good question. So, who did you play with, Chaos? Here, by the way, if you're getting back into the game and you haven't yet, here, I'm gonna send you here in the chat the link to my Discord server. Join there because there we have a recruitment section where you can find teams to play with. All right, Josh, I got you there. All right, okay, cool. So, but to answer your question, Chaos, it depends if you're gonna. There are a few lasting RP Evo teams. The Pirates is a team that I play on, and they are RP. They haven't merged into NRP. There are some teams that are still holding on to RP. I don't know. I personally don't know how much longer that is gonna be. I personally hoped that RP was the only thing that existed. I like the idea of playing, you know, lore factions and then trying to play that evil versus good or evil versus evil. I prefer it. This is just the nature of the way I like to play. But it feels like little by little, NRP is gonna be the only thing there. So it just depends. You can still try to find a good team to play RP, or you can start, you know, merging into the NRP, still playing your evil commanders. I mean, if ever my RP team goes NRP, I'm personally not gonna be putting money to get the good side commanders, because I still like to keep my own commanders separated. That's just how I think. And so you can pick, you know, you got the rebuilding glory. So like I said, it depends if you want to go NRP or RP. The key really is, though, is finding a good team. It really, at this stage of the game, it doesn't matter as much what mode you play, but it does matter who you play it with. So just find a good team to play Chaos, and you're gonna be set. There are still good, a couple of, there's at least 4 or 5 good RP evil teams, I'd say. I know. So Ombra plays in a couple. I think he in his faction there have 2 full evil RP teams there. Pirates have 1. I know Void and Null are 2 RP evil teams. So there's still a few evil RP teams that you can join. That's what I do if I were you. That's really what matters. Finding a good team. It plays a huge role. Some of the reasons why I considered quitting the game before was because of my teams. Everybody starts, this is how usually it goes. Everybody's hyped up, you know, a day before the season started. Everybody's like, yo, I'm getting ready for my, before 2.0 even more, you know, I'm getting ready for my 24-hour buff. I'm going to get as much as I can done, right? And then as we start losing, everybody just disbands. As you start, losing ground, people just quit. That's usually what happens in most teams. Everybody's like, yeah, we got all these strategies, all these things. But then as soon as the enemy starts pushing you back, the first reaction is, for many players, is just to, I'm out of here. I'll log in for my daily mathoms and I'll wait till next season. So that's what most people do. So having a good team is the key, because the best seasons for me were earlier. Eomir knows. Eomir, he is a guy that we've played together back in season 2, season 3, so he knows what I'm talking about. My favorite seasons were the ones that we basically ended with no land, but we didn't start, like our little team of 20 people didn't stop fighting till the last minute. And so those are the seasons I remember. So find a good team to play. Yeah, Eomir knows. He knows what I'm talking about. That's why he said PTSD here, because we've been in a couple very tough seasons, and we felt that in the skin. Everybody was like, yeah, we're so good, we're so strong, and 2 weeks go by, our faction is mostly empty now. So this was back like 10 seasons ago. So Chaos, hopefully that helps your answer. Just find a good team. That's all you really need, man. That's what has kept me playing the game, honestly. So just let me answer that question that I asked earlier. Why is it that damage commanders feel so overpowering overpowering, jeez, comparing to troop commanders. And Ilmer said it is because their damage is not based on troop numbers. So yes, that is true. Does it have to be related to troop numbers? No, I feel there's two ways that you can make the damage happen in for damage commanders. Back in 1.0, for people that didn't know this, maybe you're newer to the game, damage was calculated based on what was the HP left on your units by the time your skill activated. So let's say Dane he's hitting first, right? My Dane's hitting first, so he's hitting 100% of his possible damage. Round 2, my units lost 10% of their HP. So when my skill activates in round 2, my damage is going to decrease because I've lost troops. That is still true for troop commanders. So let's say I'm running Elron, and my troops are gonna hit round 1. They're the very first ones to hit. They hit for 100% of the damage. Now they lost, a few units between rounds 1 and 2. Now my troops are not gonna be doing as much damage in round 2 because there are less troops alive. That's what makes the huge gap between damage commanders and troop. I don't even know if the damage commanders are actually that broken, like skill wise. I don't know, because they will hit for 100% of the damage between rounds 1 and 10. Nothing unless it's a skill, unit defense, damage mitigation, whatever, that will decrease their skill. But if they lose HP, if the commander loses HP, or if his units die, those two things don't cause him to drop damage. And this is the thing. I feel that with 2.0, the intention was that commander defense and commander HP would dictate how much damage a commander would do. Just like in 1.0, when a troop died, my commander damage was lower. I feel that as my commander loses HP, his damage will be lower. I feel that was the intention behind having gear with commander HP and commander defense. Why hasn't that been implemented? I don't know. But those would be the two ways to bridge that gap. Because right now it's just ridiculous, the gap. It's either by going back to, your damage is also calculated with your troop, or your damage is calculated based on your HP. That's the at least two of the solutions that I could think of. Which one is the best? I don't know. I'm just stating why I don't really think that Dane is overpowering. It's just that because his damage never goes down unless it's a skill or something, then they're just walls until his troops die, and then he dies. He's still doing 100% damage, and I don't feel that should be the way to go. All right, let's see here. So that's my thought on that. I hope they do fix it though, because I mean, I run the good side meta. I run Dane. I run Bjorn. I run Thorin's definitely not meta. I run these guys here. I even have Gimli. So I do run the meta, and I don't think it's fair. I think it needs to be changed. It needs to be fixed. So hopefully they do that sometime soon. Marcelo Mana, hey fellow, thoughts on the reduction of the settlement style points? Oh, pools. No, I'm not a fan of that. But I'm not a fan, Marcelo. Does it really bother me that much? No, I just hope that they implement the settlement style, because back in PBE, what you could do is you could swap from one settlement style to the other, and I think that's really cool actually, because let's say I want to run a few beginning of my season with Swan Knights, but then I'm like, okay, I've played with Swan Knights, I want to play a little bit with Iron Warriors. right? Then I can just switch from one settlement to the other. I just haven't seen that being implemented yet. Now, I do hope that they bring back a way to use T4s from other factions. I don't know why they've removed that, but to me the settlement is less of an issue than other things. I think there are bigger things to be fixed. So I don't know. So that's the thing. Season 1 you can, but you can't. Like Kings of Man, we can't. It's just it's just Swan Knights on good side, and then War Chariots on the evil side. I don't know when they're gonna fully implement that settlement style throughout the entire game, because I think between what we have now and that option, that is a much better option. Because in Kings of Man, we finished the season. Kings of Man, there was only 2 options. It's the T4 with Swan Knights. The T3s you can build, everything. But on the evil side, the only option you had was War Chariots. Again, 2 great T4s, right? But I really want the variety, because I've been wanting to test my Falcon with Iron Warriors, but I don't really want to have to go into an Erebor campaign just to do that anymore. So my favorite's still the lore factions. I prefer, if there was Isengard still, Rune, Angmar, the true factions, not just the thing you see in the front and then it goes into just a settlement style. I wish that they've kept Lothlorien, for the future of the game. I really hope that they did that, but I don't know. People do that on every season. Seems that happened S1 as well. Oh, scene is every season. Best seasons are like that Iron Ohm 1.0. Exactly, Wyman. That was a good season. I mean, it wasn't. Honestly, when a server is, it's just two teams in an empty server. Again, for me, that's very, very boring. Even if there is action, I just hope to have 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, which we've heard about. I know that Gaia is in a very active season. There's multiple active teams, so that's that server should be like that, where there is anybody can win, because you have 3, 4, 5, 6 strong factions fighting in the map. When you have 2, you basically know it's going to be between those 2 and whoever you can scrap in diplomacy, or who is a little bit bigger than the other. So, Eomir, it is obnoxious hitting a Dane Bjorn formation that no longer has troops. Exactly. It shouldn't be that way. I don't know if you guys have seen... I mean, we've seen this from months ago, but Atmi came out with a video recently where he is, showing taking a tile with 1 troop in each form, each commander. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to be that way. You're not supposed to hit a 200 tile at level 35 with 1 troop in each commander and taking it. It shouldn't be that way. So I hope they fix that. To improve the challenge for the game. Umbra, what you say is true. The damage he inflicts should be linked to the commander's HP, but there's also other things that should be fixed to make him work well. Commander should receive more damage than they receive, because at the moment they take little compared to troops, so they would always have the advantage. That is a good point. Furthermore, although it is true that everyone would do less damage, there would always be a huge gap between the strong DD and the weak ones. Imagine commanders who are already average as DD. And it's a very good point. I hope they fix it. They're gonna fix it. That's all I can say. Marcel, you can still swap after main hall 7, although at season 1, I'm not sure how that works in campaigns. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't think in campaigns after season 2, when you go into season 3, you go into Bagan, I don't think you can change, at least yet. I don't think you can. That makes total sense. 2.0 still feels like it's crawling rather than walking, as it should by now. They had time to implement these things, but we end up getting tile replacement changes. That's true. Regarding the 1 troop commander, it is now the optimal way to take tiles, given that reinforcements cost stamina. You're right. RTW's news login, I hope they fix it. Yeah, I mean, I do hope. there's a lot of theories as to why, you know, maybe why things are happening so slow, but I don't want to drag into this. You know, this is, we're here together, guys, in a positive vibe, talking about how we can have a better time in the game. So I want to try to purge. If you know myself, I might go down into this depressing, you know, rant or whatever you want to call it. Let's just, you know, whenever we do, let's snap out of it, because at the end of the day, we're deciding to put time into this game, aren't we? We enjoy it. We, you know, we're frustrated with it a lot of times, but we enjoy it. So whenever we come here, you know, every single day, starting today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, let's just, you know, let's try to bring that positive vibe, because that, you know, it's constructive. All right. So without any further ado, guys, I'm gonna conclude today's live stream. A couple of things before you guys leave. So, like the video, help, you know, let's help boost so more players, more people that might be interested in playing this game, you know, see it and then they try it. That's the first thing. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. If you are considering spending in the game, you can use, I'm gonna pop it over here. That way you guys can save it if you guys decide to. Not obligated by any means, but if you guys want to support the channel, one of the easy ways is, if you're gonna spend in the game, you can use this top-up link here, okay, that I just posted on the chat here. And if you're in Europe, or if you use the apps to purchase, most of us play in the app. So like Apple charges, Google charges, they charge you for using their payment systems. I didn't notice in this until I was like $2,000-3,000 into the game, and I was like, why am I getting $8 per charge on my app store? It's because they charge you. If you use the top-up link, then you don't get those charges, depending on what country you're in, because all of the costs are in dollars, so you save money, and part of that goes into my channel. And why should you care? Well, you know, all the money that I get from the top-up link goes back into my accounts, and that allows me, you know, to test different formations. You guys been seeing in the live streams, and people have been talking about it. You know, our healing commander is usable, you know, and I've been playing around with my R5 Kirdan and my R3 Radagast, and it looks like it can work. You know, you gotta think a little bit to see how. I still gotta burn a few neurons to completely understand and optimize how my build will work. But, you know, it's allowing me to do these tests. I like to bring Kirdan to R10 and Radagast to R10 so I can unlock their relics and start pushing those. Probably the commanders I focus from now on. Everybody else is kind of in a place that I'm happy with. So I'm saving all my vouchers, all my mathams to try increase these guys to R10 and then get their relics. So it's free for you guys. If you're deciding to spend and you use the link, a little bit of that goes back for myself, and I put that directly into the account and be able to bring more content to you for you guys. Okay, you're not obligated, but it definitely would help if you guys did that. Two things again. I'm gonna finalize the PDF to put in the Discord server so you guys can glance through if you want to just have a look. You know, why should I choose this over this if you're gonna start a new account. Also, I'm gonna be making a summary of the 1 hour and a half almost we're on right now of this topic, so you guys can watch. You know, it's gonna be a 5-minute video just running through each faction, why I pick these, and in the closing for you guys not have to go back an hour and 30 minutes of a live stream. Okay, and there is a commitment from me that I'm putting this in front of you guys right now, is Monday through Friday for an hour a day, you know, minimum, hopefully not much more than an hour, so I have time for other things. Okay, I'm gonna be coming here on a live stream to talk about the build upon the last live stream topics related to the game. So we're gonna talk about, you know, spending guides, best 24-hour, you know, strategies for, you know, for best optimization of your season. Where should you farm? Commander, we're gonna dive down into different commanders and their potentials, healing, troops, tanks. There's a bunch of different topics. You guys know we can go down to a bunch of rabbit holes, but we're gonna build on top of that. So, for example, next time we're gonna just look, go look through a couple of commanders in the game and see where are the most important places to optimize or to look for in different types of commanders. So that's gonna be topic for Monday. I'm gonna finish here, create the thumbnail, set it as an event in the Discord so you guys don't miss out on it. All right, guys, I want to appreciate everybody that's here. Andrea, I see you're still on here. Javi Stark, Lord of the Rings, Rise of Wales. I mean, mobile games tend to do that. 1.0 had a very good balance between, free to play and Wales. We'll see how we do here. Marcelo Mena, Evan, Ombra, I appreciate you guys coming on. Wyman, Yoamir, Chaos God, Blue Eye Devil, GC. Let's see who else. We got Minifutsi, Hamid, Joshua. Who else? Matteo Bini, Will, Turgon, Blaze, Evan, Surtur, Hands of Clay. See who else? Did I miss anybody else in the chat here? I think I got everybody. Mater and you. Yes, I got everybody. I want to appreciate you guys for being on. Don't forget, Monday, we'll see each other. And as I see, the engagement and see how things are going, like I said, we're going to come back with the podcast, with the roundtables, and a bunch of other cool stuff. All right, everybody. Lord E, take care. Take care, everybody. See you guys Monday night. Have a great weekend.